Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Okay, got some meows tonight, huh? So I have a new can of food. It's the meaty pate with real ocean whitefish. And of course your kibble. And I poured in all the grease. Okay, well, I guess I'll bring it out. Okay, so you got your ocean whitefish. So it's not quite your smelly fish, but it does smell stronger than the other ones. So Scruffy held his ground there. He didn't do that earlier today when I brought out the water. He's afraid of me. Okay, got the glove on. So I think I'm having another miserable day. I'm really stressed. So not that anything's actually really changed, but yeah, I came to a realization I'm actually maybe in more trouble than I thought I was. I don't know how much detail I want to get into, but yeah, it's on my mind, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about it. So, well, where do I want to start? So I guess I'll say, long time ago, I made a lot of investments, diversification type of thing, in the stock market in the different parts of the economy and also the world. So I have a lot of foreign investments as part of my portfolio. And a few months back, I was starting to get concerned about some of the geopolitical stuff that was going on in the world. So already my shares lost a lot of money out of nervousness for the geopolitical stuff. I didn't think the geopolitical stuff was going to get that much worse, but I didn't want to sell my shares because I thought the world's going to get better. But at the same time, I wanted to be proactive in case the shares continued to fall or something bad happened. And since I've been learning how to trade options in the stock market, I realized I can do something called a ratio back spread, which is a fancy spread that basically you can use kind of as a insurance policy against really big catastrophic moves one way or the other. So the way the spread works is if the stock moves a lot in one direction, then you can make a lot of money. If the stock moves a lot in the other direction, you can break even, so you don't lose any money. And then the max pain point is if the stock doesn't go anywhere. So I figured I'm mostly concerned about big swings happening from the geopolitics. So I built a spread, thinking, well, okay, my worst risk is stock doesn't go anywhere, world stays where it is now, so I'll lose a little bit of money. But if the world gets better, then I don't lose anything. But if the world goes to hell, then the insurance policy basically kicks in and will recover some of my losses from my actual stock holdings. So my best case scenario is actually if the world gets better, because I don't lose anything, and my normal stock position recovers. But we kind of hit the worst case scenario. So my stocks are basically in shambles. There's basically nothing left. But I thought it'd be somewhat okay because my insurance policy should cover me. So I was a little too optimistic. I didn't make a big enough insurance policy, but I'll take it. But this is now the next part's where I get into trouble. So the stock market stopped trading these securities, so they're basically in limbo and you can't do anything. And if you can't do anything, I can't do anything with the options. And so if the options expire while the stock market's closed, I actually can't recover my insurance policy, and I lose it when it expires. And so basically I get screwed that way because I was depending on the insurance policy to make me close to whole from my stock losses. So I have been stressed out about that part for a little bit now. But I realized there's actually a worst case. So the problem is I built a spread. So there are actually two parts to it. So the reason I can break even if the stock rises up, or the reason I can make money when the stock goes, a lot of money when the stock goes down, is because I have two different parts that counteract each other. So one half of the spread protects me and makes me money. The other part of the spread, in theory, makes pays for basically the options. So I'm not out of pocket for paying for the options. And so if the stock moves one way or the other, one leg kicks in to counteract the other leg. And so that's why my max pain point is if the stock doesn't go anywhere. But even if the stock doesn't go anywhere, the spread defines a maximum loss that's not bad. So it's a small thing. It's if I lose that, that's I can live with that. That's not a big issue. But what I just discovered was because the stock market's closed and I can't get out of my position, I also learned I can't exercise my position for the part that owes me money, because in order to do that, I need to be able to short shares of the index that I bought. And the reason I didn't do it on the shares that I own is because they didn't have options, so I was using an index as a substitute, as a proxy for my insurance policy. And I just, in every other case, you can always just cash out your policy for cash. But since everything's frozen, they won't give you cash. You actually have to take shares or sell shares or put shares or whatever you do with the shares. So in order for me to make my money back on the insurance policy, I need shares to sell to somebody, which requires me to go short, but because everything's closed, I can't get shares to short, and so my options will actually become worthless. So I think Scruffy's not, maybe not. That Scruffy's about ready. But the nightmare case is actually the other side. So the nightmare case is the other leg, which somebody else is going to exercise on me. I actually have to pay out a bunch of money for that. But the reason it's not usually a problem is because the money I make from the other leg will pay completely for that and more. But now I'm in this position where I may not be able to exercise my profitable side because I can't go short. But somebody else who may actually already own the shares and they don't need to go short, they can exercise their leg, and I got to pay out for the other leg. And so basically I'm going to lose on that side but not recoup the money on the other on the profitable side. And because the two parts don't go together anymore, the losses for just one leg are actually really, really, really big. That number is scary big. It's seriously going to hurt me if I have to pay for that and can't offset it. I'm in deep trouble if this happens. Okay, Scruffy, I'm going to give you your food. I think it's time. Okay. He let me do his other side this time. I'm not going down his leg, but he's been jumpy every time I go on the other side, so I'm trying to avoid it. So we're going easy on him right now, but we'll try more next time. So let's see, today, I saw Scruffy, he's sleeping on the table. Yeah, this morning. He might have been on the deck also this morning. I can't remember. Yesterday he was on the deck. I don't know if I saw him on the deck this morning. That's how distracted I am right now. And then, I think it was around lunchtime. He was sleeping on the table, and then he woke up. And I was actually filming him, I think, at the time, and so he just woke up, and he was lying there staring at my camera. And I wasn't sure if he was going to get up or not. So I filmed him for a bit longer, and I was hoping he'd just go back to sleep, because I didn't really mean to disturb his nap. So I stayed there for a little bit, and then I walked back deeper into the kitchen, went back to what I was doing, and it looked like he was going to go back to sleep. And then I didn't record it, but he then got up and jumped off the table. And I presumed if he jumped off the table when he saw I was in the kitchen, it would be kind of like yesterday where he wanted me, or I don't know, I thought maybe he wanted me to come out with the water. Because yesterday he came to the gray mat. Today I didn't see him on the mat. But when I opened the blinds, he actually was kind of near where the water bowl usually goes. So yesterday I didn't use the footage, but yes, yesterday I came out with the water, and he was sleeping out in the deck in the open, and he saw me, I saw him, and he didn't want to come any closer. And so I went back inside, and even then I think he was kind of slow, but eventually he came and drank the water, and basically, he waited for me to get back inside because he didn't want to deal with me. So today, it's similar, but a little different. So since he was right here at the door, when I came out, he's kind of jittery. So I forgot if I put the water down first or not, but I think I might have put down the water, and then I was looking at him, and then suddenly he, I think, jumped back as if he didn't like me looking at him. And I tried the slow blinking stuff and whatever, but he was just really jittery. So he backs off, and then he, I think, goes for the water. So after he backs off, he then goes back to the water, I believe. And then I decide I'm going to back away and go back inside. So I take a very slow step away from him, but he doesn't like me moving at this point, and he gets jittery again, and then he backs away from the bowl and goes kind of behind the table. And I think he stays there until I go back inside. And then only after I've finished closing the door, and I think even after I finished locking it, then he came back and finished drinking the water. So he's really jittery. Skittish. I don't know why he doesn't trust me. Except at dinner. So that's why I was commenting when I came out and I had to walk past him. There's very little space where he sits versus that little aisle. I have to step between him and the chair. And there he doesn't show the same skittishness. So it's just every other time, he doesn't trust me. So it's kind of weird. And then let's see. I think I got more footage of him. I don't know. I might have got more footage of him sleeping back on the table. So later in the afternoon, he jumped back on the table and he was sleeping there again. And then I went for a run. And it was a horrible run. This time it was, I think, me being just so distracted with my issue. I couldn't focus on the run. And it's kind of haunting me right now. So just to kind of sum up. So the problem is that because my spread can't be honored, there's a chance that the lossy side of the spread will be executed, but I won't be able to compensate with the profitable side. And this results in a worst case scenario where I owe a lot more money than I'm supposed to, because this was not supposed to happen. And I've been calling my brokerage and talking with them and trying to get resolution for this. So I still have a month. So I'm hoping maybe the geopolitical thing will just clear up and the problem goes away. But as it stands right now, I'm in a lot of danger. Now the thing, so I don't know if I really fully believe how much danger I'm in. I'm still kind of in denial, but there is what they call options level that they give you when you sign up, and so they're supposed to protect you from doing really dangerous things. Like, not this particular, this has actually never happened before. I've been talking with them. They said, yeah, there's nothing like this that's ever happened before, so that's why nobody really knows what's going on. But in theory, my options level was supposed to prevent me from opening up a spread where my losses would be like really deep and open-ended, like they are now. Because the computer system itself knows that you're not supposed to be able to completely lose on just one side of the spread. The whole thing is taken together. So the fact that basically being exposed to this higher, more dangerous level of options, they're technically supposed to not allow me to do that. So I'm partially in denial, thinking that if it does hit the worst case scenario, they might absorb the loss on their end and figure out how to fix it on their end. But today I called them and I was trying to preemptively try to fix it for them, saying, look, is there a way we can like unravel all this so like nobody has to take like major losses? But yeah, they kept saying, right now they can't do anything. I'm gonna move the balls. Did a pretty good job cleaning the plates. So there's, I think, 4 pieces of kibble. Yeah, he's really skittish right now. So anyway, what's really sad is my best case scenario is that I still lose money because of my because this was basically just to compensate me for my stock losses, and my stock losses are still greater than my hedge. But now I'm looking at losses that are actually bigger than my stock losses by like I think a magnitude, and then my stock losses on top of that. So I'm freaking out right now. Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.